and welcome to this video where I want to talk about artist submissions. I'm Geeta Joshi, I'm the founder of the Curator's Salon, host of the Curator's Salon podcast, author of best-selling book Show Your Art, and editor at Art Scene magazine. I'm an independent curator and art dealer. So I see a lot of artist submissions for the magazine, for exhibitions, for my website, all sorts of places. And I wanted to share a couple of things to help you make your submission stronger, whether it's to me or any place that you might be exhibiting or looking for opportunities, of course. The first thing I want to say is one of the things I see that I don't want to see, and this is true for a lot of people who receive artist submissions, is variety. We don't want to see a ton of different things, right? We don't want a whole array of artworks that show a whole range of skill sets. What we actually want to see is a cohesive body of work where the pieces that you're submitting, usually in my case, you would normally submit 4 images. Some places accept only 2 or 3, some accept up to 10. It really doesn't matter, but typically you're in a stronger position if you actually submit images from a single body of work or maximum 2 bodies of work. What we don't want to see is just the breadth of everything that you're able to do. So let's say you are a landscape painter and you also paint abstracts. Choose one of those bodies of work, one of those styles, or one of those genres that is best suited to the place that you are applying. So that's my first tip, is to really think about, the place that you're exhibiting, and then actually which of those bodies of work or collections of artwork you're feeling strongest about and you think would be the best fit for them. When we see so much variety, typically my thinking when I see that from an artist is that they are still in an experimental stage of their development. However, I know that a lot of artists that do submit variety, what they think they're doing is hoping that I'll like something. But unfortunately, it's just not giving enough impact. The work doesn't necessarily relate, the different images that you've submitted don't necessarily relate to each other, even though, you as the artist are the common thread across them. It also means that the statement that you submit in the written, parts of the submission form might only relate to some of it, and it doesn't make sense when we look at the 4 images of 4 different, let's say, genres or disciplines or something that you've used. So that is the best tip I can give you is to choose one collection or one body of work of your output and use images just from that one body for one submission. Now, of course, you might be applying to many things. So your abstract work might be best suited for me, but let's say you're doing landscape, that might be suited to another opportunity that you're applying for example. So I hope that makes sense. My next tip is for you to think about the place that you're actually applying and what the opportunity is. So this is, really about the written areas or the free text areas of your of the submission form, that people are requesting information from you. You would typically there'd be a section about a bio and a section about the statement, and you'd be invited to, add some text to both those areas. So if you are applying to something like I do, whether it's for the website, it's for an exhibition, or it's for the magazine, it's really helpful for me to learn about the artist, because what we really are sharing across my platforms is the artist, right? We're talking about the artist. Yes, we're talking about the artwork, but we want to have something interesting to say about the artist. So this is where you get to write in prose and actually talk about yourself and your journey through art, or the ideas that you've developed and why they are important to you. And then the statement would say about the ideas that are actually running through your work. But the bio part would be about why you. Now, this is written in prose because if you look across my platforms, that is how we typically share. So my invitation to you is to actually consider in a little more detail than you might have been doing, like really where, what the opportunity is and what is the best type of biography to put into the submission form. So that is mine. However, if you were going to be applying to a gallery, for example, whether it's a cold email or cold request, or they have some sort of submission form, for this audience, you would be better writing a bio that is more around your exhibiting history, your media coverage and so on. So this is where they're really interested in, it's a slightly more CV format if you like. This is where they're interested in the places you've shown before, the awards that you've won. You know, you can also add in things like the places that you might have been longlisted or shortlisted even if you didn't win the actual prize. They're also interested in any funding that you might have received from, you know, established funding authorities and bodies that, you know, that hand out grants and trusts and things like that. So this becomes a slightly more CV format, as I like to call it. And you might already have that on your website where, you know, you would essentially copy and paste. So this is the difference. You know, those people are interested in where you've been, that history, and it's much closer to a work history, if you like. Again, you know, using that CV analogy. So that is how you would differentiate it. So really, what are they doing? Are you applying to a gallery for representation, in which case you would put your exhibiting history and your media coverage and all those things? Or if it is for a publication, you might want to write it a bit more in prose, so we really get a sense of who the artist is behind the artwork. So I hope you have found that helpful. In the description below, you'll also find a free guide to help you write your artist statement. It's called the Essential Guide to Writing Your Artist Statement. It's a guide that I have developed, and it does help you separate out the statement and the bio there as well. So you can head over to the description box where there's the link and you can download that today. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will be uploading more videos soon.